Alright, we're removing the upper seal right now, and all you're going to do is push on one side until it comes out far enough to pull it on the other side.
So you just tap it with something small.
Be careful not to hit anything, because if you nick something, you're done for.
I hope that ain't a fucking slip out too. Is it moving?
I think so. Well, it's sticking out a bit over on this side and it went in a bit on that side. It's going to be stuck to the block some from being in there for years. How many years has it been in there?
Oh fuck, I don't know. I don't know if it's ever had it replaced or not.
This is a 95.
Yeah. So, you know, at least 15?
Yeah. Been in there a while.
Dude, I just blew ass.
I ain't even on it, am I?
Philip, I just fought it. Just now.
Am I on it?
Yeah, you're dead center.
And there we go.
And now it has come loose.
And just be careful not to nick anything when you're doing it.
If you catch anything inside of there, you're going to be in trouble. You see it sticking out on the other side real good.
Can you see it?
Just fine. You see that little red knob right there? Right there. What you're going to do is you're going to get a hold of that very, very carefully. And
so that you don't nick anything.
So that you don't nick anything. We're ghetto, so we're using a pair of dikes for it instead of a pair of pliers.
Just follow the direction of the crank as you're pulling it out. Just like that.
So that way you don't put any pressure on the area.
And that's it. And now we're going to climb out from underneath this piece of shit, and we're going to go check out the rest of the parts. Now that we've cleaned them up a bit.
Let's do it!
And you always want to put these back in the exact same way they come out. And it came out like this with the big opening on towards the back of the engine. As you can see, it's just pretty worn down on both sides. Here is the main bearing cap. Here's your main bearing. Whatever you do, don't nick that surface or you're done for. You'll have to replace your bearings.
Mine's already pretty scored up.
You can't just replace one or you ain't gonna have the right clearance. This oil seal don't slide out, it just pops out. And it may be a little bit hard to get in there, but there's little edges here where you can pop it free. Once you do, you want to clean your slot here. And you want to clean your slot underneath. Get them good and cleaned up. And when you're putting this back together, before you slide this into the new one in, you're going to put oil right here. Make sure that's good and oily. This side don't get no oil, just the inner side. You want to oil it pretty fairly good so that when you on your first start, it ain't rough on the bearing.
I didn't get any oil, by the way.
I know. You do this. I got some oil.
Okay.
You do the same thing over here. You're going to oil this inside for startup purposes. Now I'm going to show you this nifty little tool that comes with most kits, but I'm not going to get underneath and do it because it's kind of hard to work with. This piece right here, it's just a thin piece of plastic, and as you've seen, when this bearing goes in, you're going to want to put this piece of plastic up in there, and then this bearing slides right against that plastic just like this going in, so that you don't nick the seal at all. And I've been calling it a bearing.
It's alright, dude.
I'm tired.
Yeah, it's been a rough day.
Anyway, that's what that little thing's for, so don't just throw it away like most people would do, and like I feel like doing right now. That's what that's for. Got shiny new ones. As you can see, they have the big opening too, and you can tell how worn it is. Look how thin this one is right here, and look how thick that one is. So there's a major difference in these bearings. Oh, wait a minute, I got them backwards. Boy, I'm definitely tired. Anyway, it's still thicker. As you can see right here, this is thicker than this one.
Y'all want to see my gay-ass new light?
But it works. Well, I guess that's it. We're gonna get these new bearings tossed back in, or seals fucking fucked up again.
All it is after this is just a reverse
Keep that thing
operation, so...
The
important parts.
when we're done, these two corners, once we get this bolted back in, and we'll be using red high strength Loctite on the main bearing cap bolts so that they don't work loose later on. Don't know if it's too necessary, but we're not going to take no chances of having problems later on.
Yeah.
And then right here, these points right here, whenever I get all this crap off of here, you're going to want to seal real good next to this main bearing, so that you don't get no leaks from your rear oil pan. And you want to make sure your bearings are good and lubed up.
Yum.
And very clean. They have to be extremely clean before you put them back on. And that's about it for this video. We'll get this thing thrown back together. We'll move on to something else.
God, I hate this van.